Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back, all my beautiful friends from all across the vast reaches of the internet. I hope each and every single one of you is doing absolutely fantastic on this fine Tuesday morning or whenever you happen to be listening to this podcast episode, whether that be morning, evening, or into the night. Welcome back to the Reddit Asks Us podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/Ask Reddit. I am your host, Luke Dick. Now, before we head into the show, if you listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts, please leave us a rating and also leave us a review. It helps out the show so much. If you go ahead and do that, that would be immensely appreciated. So I please urge you and push you to do that. It helps out the show so much. So thank you, please, and thank you. Remember, you can leave a comment on this week's episode, and I'll read that comment out loud on the next week's following episode. And you can do this by going to the description of the episode in Spotify. And if you scroll down, there should be a comment section there. Feel free to leave your comment there, and I will read it out loud. We also do a Would You Rather, so even below that in the comment section, there's a Would You Rather. So I'll read off the results of the previous week's Would You Rather, read out the comments, and then we'll read out this week's Would You Rather. So let's hop right into it. So last week's Would You Rather was... Sorry, guys, I'm just getting over being sick a little bit, so excuse me. I'm going to try, if I need to cough or sniffle or something like that, I'm going to do my best to do it away from the microphone because I know that this is not a, virus sickness ASMR. I don't want to make it a whole section of, can you hear that? That's what it's like when your throat is so scratchy and you feel that hard ball in your throat and you can't swallow. Pause. Pause. Man, I've been through the ringer lately, folks. Just last week lost my voice, then I got sick. It's just it's a downhill battle for me. So last week's Would You Rather is, would you rather be mildly thirsty for a month or mildly jittery? So we had a swing for mildly jittery, which is interesting because I feel like this is counter to what the comments said. Because, yeah, now I've read the comments and I'm like, some people aren't being truthful here, okay? I think we have a couple of deceivers in the chat. But yeah, why don't we hear from these little deceivers? Why not? Why don't we? So last week's episode was, what's something that older generations got right? Now, I usually don't like to give credit to older generations. Well, certain older generations, let's just say. I feel like there's some older generations where it's like, like millennials are kind of like you're cringe, but it's fine. You're cringe, but you're cool. It's no big deal. It is what it is. You didn't ask to be born cringy, okay? It's just the way that things happen to happen. And I won't put you at fault for that. But just cringe over there, maybe. Don't cringe so much near me. And also I've got respect for Gen X. I think we got good parents. Excuse me. I think my parents' generation's pretty decent, I think they hold up. I think they hold up against the fire. I love my parents, and I think they come from a pretty good generation. My mom asked me, like, I don't know, a while ago, she was like, if there was anything that Dad and I could have done differently as parents, like, what do you think we could have done? And I was like, first of all, very self-reflective question. It's not like, a lot of older generations even give a fuck about, they're like, I don't give a fuck about what my kids think. But, it's good to be self-evaluative and reflective like that. Nobody's perfect. But I honestly had no notes. Mother, I had no notes, so in case you're listening to this, again, no notes. But I can't say that extends to everybody. First one comes from Niels, but this one, sorry, Niels, I got your comment a little bit late, so I didn't read out on the last week's episode, but But Niels just says, hey, Luke, my favorite individual human. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I won't read out everything else because it's more related to like an episode like 2 weeks ago, but I hope you comment early this week, Niels, my favorite plural human. Seth comments and says, yo, you remember me? I've been a bit busy, but I'm back now. I do remember you, Seth, for sure. Back into another time, Seth. You're launching me back into a previous era. DM, next one comes from DM. DM says, all right then, I'll try to comment every week. Yes, DM, okay? There's no such thing as try. There is either do or do not. I think that's Yoda from Star Wars. My dad always used to tell me that growing up, though. There is no such thing as try. There is only do or do not. So please, do comment every week, DM. Do your best. This week, though, again, I have nothing to say for the question. Fair. Excuse me. I do have an update. I'm kind of nervous because soon I'm going to send part 1 of my projects to someone my dad knows who is a storyboarder for one of the big Hollywood directors. Whoa. And I'm extra nervous because this one happens to be about a historical conspiracy theory. I won't elaborate because no space, but it's grounded in facts, and it's a big accusation. Anyway, wish me luck. I do not only wish you luck, DM. I am sending all of the possible good energy that could possibly be sent through this podcast. We are sending the collective will of this show behind you in support of you, okay? Everyone is manifesting on behalf of you, DM, who is listening to this show for success, okay? And success doesn't always look the same. If things don't go your way, don't get discouraged, because success is a process, okay? It is not a goal or an end-all, be-all thing. Success is something you're constantly developing, and that's the point, is to take success in the process. The process itself is going to be worthwhile, and it's going to teach you a lot of things. It's going to help you refine what you need to do. It's going to help you to adapt and grow and learn and change, and that's exactly what doing things does. So very proud of you, DM. Great job. It takes a lot to even write a story. It takes a lot to even come up with an idea, and to feel confident in your idea. That already takes a lot. So congratulations, and we are wishing you all the best. And hopefully it's something I'll end up seeing one day. That would be one of the coolest things ever, to be able to see your content. Dude Bro comments and says, I chose jittery because I already have ADHD, so not much would change. Also, older generations got cars right. I'm going to try to comment more now. Yes, that is a great comment. And then Dude Bro also wanted to let us know that them and their girlfriend broke up. Just speed run that. you speed ran that. I don't know if you've been together for a while, but there's nothing wrong with speed running a relationship. I've speed ran relationships in my life, and actually, I will even say that some of the relationships that I had that didn't last very long, I actually learned the most from. Oddly enough, it's kind of interesting because especially as you get older, you start to learn a lot more about people very quickly. I feel like when you're young, because you don't necessarily have that same depth of character and depth of understanding about the world, there's only so much you can, and experience and personal experience that shapes you into a person. You don't necessarily get very deep with people, and that's how people grow and change. And then a lot of times people who get together young break up because they grow into a person that they're different from when they were younger, because the experiences change them. They, just being out and about in the world causes them to like I was saying before, to grow and develop and have different experiences, different thoughts, challenges, and those things shape us. And I feel like when you're young, you could be in a relationship, but it doesn't necessarily mean much because there's not much depth going on there. There's not much life experience. But when you're older, that kind of stuff presents itself on the surface a lot easier. I mean, I'm not going to say this holds true all the time and always, but I've been on so many dates and stuff where I have just got the vibe of this person, and I pretty much know who this person is within the first 5 to 10 minutes of meeting them. I'm and then it just sometimes kind of sucks because you're on this date with them and you're like, wow, I'm going to be here for an hour or 2 hours just talking to this person. It's just this is going nowhere. I can already tell this is going nowhere. We're just two peas in completely different pods. Okay, I'm not. Like she's more like a snap pea, and I'm more like a green pea. You know, it's just not. We're not the same here. Okay, and no one's better than the other one. But isn't the thing with ADHD is that like if you take stimulants, it actually makes you like normal? Like isn't that what Adderall is? It's like meth basically. It's like counterintuitive. It's like I'm born on meth. I'm born methed up. You know, like I'm just screaming in the streets, shirt off, no socks, no shoes, just, you know, bare bones on the pavement, doing somersaults, okay? And flipping off strangers. But if I smoke a little bit of meth, it's back to normal, baby. I'm cool as a cucumber. On a nice, dewy Sunday, you know, in late summer, in late spring, maybe even. Just that's as cool as you are, man. Just you ever want to chill out, man, and just relax, dude. Just smoke a bit of this blue methamphetamine that I got from this guy, and he's wearing a sweater and pants that are too big for him, and called me a bitch. It's a Breaking Bad reference, in case you didn't realize. But yes, older generations absolutely did get cars right. I was like listening to this thing the other day that was saying that there's no like cheap base level models of cars anymore. And part of the reason why is because everything is so digital. Everything is so oriented towards a digital ecosystem. And that just makes everything so interdependent on other things and so many more points of failure. Like there's just everything, like it's not even that your mechanics are mechanical anymore. It's the fact that your mechanics depend on digital circuits and computers that have to talk to each other in order for your car to work. And that stuff costs way more money and way more money to repair. So, okay, yeah, it's a little bit more maybe convenient to drive around in a giant iPad, but it's not very convenient when Apple is the only one who can get into it. And, you know, you got to pay $10,000 every time to get it fixed. Easier. That's why in Cuba, they still are driving all of those old Soviet cars and stuff from like the 60s because they work. You just replace them. You just weld it or machine it or something. It just fix it right back up. They're rusty as hell, but you know, they work because there's no computers. Next one comes from Phil Savannah. What's going on, Phil? Older generations got right. Cooking at home, being on time, separating work life from home. This is like, I feel like that is very true. Valuing long-term important friendships instead of just being friends with everyone because social media made it easy. Those are some great points. Especially the being on time one. I don't know how or why this happened, but like, okay. Yes, I understand we're all slaves in the corporate, you know, wagon wheel or, you know, corporate roulette wheel where we have no choice, but it seems like we do. It's, you know, I understand that we should kind of reject being slaves to our corporate overlords. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that we should just be tardy. Okay? Being on time is a virtue. Being on time means that it's not about your time. It's about other people's time, okay? It's about having respect for the time that other people set aside for you. And when you are late and tardy, it is disrespectful to other people, okay? As you guys can tell, I've clearly dealt with this. If there's a certain one of my friends listening to this podcast, it's no hate, but I'm looking at you, okay? And I'm not going to necessarily hold it against this person. It's not something I'm going to take to my grave. However, it is important to think about this kind of stuff when we want to be considerate of other people. And being considerate is a virtue. It's a good thing to be considerate about other people and to be compassionate and kind towards others. These are virtues. This is what makes it good to be a human being. This is what makes humans flourish with each other and with themselves. And being on time, I don't mean to take it so deep, but it's kind of like a bit of a middle finger to another person's time, you know, when you're constantly late. And if it's like, if you know you're going to be late, just be like, I'm going to be late. Like, don't lie about it. You know what I mean? Just be straight up. And I feel like older generations is definitely more of a common courtesy thing, but it's like a manners thing, you know? Like back then it was genuinely offensive to be late. You know, especially if you didn't have a good excuse. Genuinely. It means you were ignoring just common courtesy and common manners. But nowadays it's kind of just like, nah, like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it? It's like, can we get a bit of decorum here? A little bit of mutual respect? Just back. For the would you rather, mildly thirsty would be something you could get over. It's bad, but you could get over it eventually. Mildly jittery means that you're going to have a hard time relaxing and sleeping. Anxiety also comes with this. Very true. I've also seen your early YouTube video. Okay, we don't need to talk about that. Anyways, vote, Phil, in the would you rather. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear your explanation and your reasoning, but also leave your answer in the would you rather below, because it's important to make sure we're not, you know, overloading or misrepresenting the sides. Okay, your vote matters from the bottom to the top. And the last one comes from Stressed Human. What's going on, Stressed Human? I'm already jittery, so adding jitters would be fine. Adding dehydration would make me mad. Older generations got their cars to look right. There you go. Old cars are beautiful. That's very true. And LMFAO, you got my childhood rural area right. But while I want dirt bikes, motorcycles, and other fun things, I don't have a small dick, big truck syndrome. You got my childhood rural area right. Okay, wait, what did I say? I don't even remember what I said. Like, I must have gone on some like random tangent or something, but yeah, I don't know. Maybe we grew up or we were raised in similar places. Okay, folks, we're going to wrap that up and get into the episode for this week. But before we do that, we're going to get off this week's Would You Rather. For the Would You Rather this week, would you rather experience the worst pain that any human has ever felt, but only for 2 seconds, or go to a medium security prison for 6 months? Let's say 5 seconds. I feel like 2 seconds is not enough to match 6 months in a medium security prison. It's got to be like either 5 or 10 seconds. Because it's like, I feel like 10 seconds. Worst pain that any human being has ever felt for like 10 seconds. Excuse me. Or medium security prison for 6 months. I feel like that's more fair. And worst pain, it's like, worst pain, yes, it is going to be the most painful thing you've ever felt, but it's 10 seconds. It's 10 seconds. It might traumatize you forever, but it's 10 seconds. Medium security prison, it's also kind of like, again, it's medium security. It's 6 months. But it's like, I value my 6 months, you know? And I don't want to, medium security prison is like unpredictable, you know? You don't really want to know what's going on. At least you guys, I don't mean to sway your votes or anything, but that's, you know, a bit of my thoughts, a bit of my 2 cents on the matter. Excuse me. Holy crap, guys. I'm powering through this one. If I did my podcast like a day later last week, guys, it would have been bad. I was like full body chills on my bed. It's hard to describe the chills to somebody. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of people get sick in different ways. I feel like most of the time when I talk to other people about being sick, it's always, other people are always coughing, sore throats, like irritated noses and sinuses and all this stuff. And like that sore, scratchy throat, or there's like a giant ball in your throat. Pause. Like, but for me, sickness, no matter what it is, COVID, flu, cold, if it's bad enough, for me, it is just full body chills. It's just chills. All of that stuff comes later. But I am out for at least 2 days with just full body chills. And then I was trying to describe, it's like your bones kind of hurt. You're like hot and cold at the same time. No position is ever comfortable to lie down in. You are tired, but you can't sleep. Like, it's, to someone who doesn't experience that kind of intensity when it comes to your body chills, it's impossible. Like you like, it's like your bones are brittle and they like are hot and cold. Like your bone itself is like odd to the touch. It's like sensitive to the touch. It's weird. I don't know if this is just a me thing, but let me know down in the comments if you guys experience this as well. All right, let's hop into this week's episode. So, what is a green flag in a person that is actually a hidden red flag once you get to know them? First one comes from Familiar Shadowcat. Green flag has a close relationship with their mom. Red flag tells their mom too much about your relationship, lets mom interfere in private matters, and won't defend you against or draw boundaries with their mom because they always pick her side. This kind of low-key happened. I'm not gonna say who this was in my life, and it wasn't someone I was in a relationship with, but it was someone that we knew, and it was just like the mom factor was becoming like an issue. The mom factor was like, you are a grown man, okay? And that is not something that I think your mom needs to be involved in the conversation. You know what I mean? It was like, it had some, I don't even know what it was. It was like taking the family vacation or something, and I was like, well, can't do it without mom though. Or it wasn't a family, like it was like their immediate family, not the mom or whatever. It was like, can't do it without Mrs. Mom though. It's like, but why? Like, this is just supposed to be like a small family thing. Like, we're not. This isn't a RSVP kind of vacation we got going on here. Like, this is a limited space. And these people are a bit older than me, and they have like kids of their own. But you gotta stick up to your moms. All right, I'm close with my mom. Okay, I'm a mama's boy. I am very close with my mom. I tell my mom almost everything that's going on in my life. But my mom isn't involved in everything that's going on in my life. Okay, my mom is not tapping in to see if which ladies are the most respectful of the bunch. You know what I'm saying? Not that there is a bunch. Okay, we're not in a bunch here. But there's no double checking with mom if it's okay, unless it involves her directly. It's like, imagine just how big of a turnoff that would be. You're just in a conversation with your girlfriend, and you're just like, it's like, yeah, that sounds so fun, like hiking out in the mountains this weekend. I've been so stressed lately. I just need to get away. I got to get some fresh air, get some exercise, get some hiking in, get some beautiful sights in. It just sounds like it's going to be a wonderful romantic weekend, babe. It's like, yes, we've been meaning to do this for a long time, and I just think that these are the things that remind us who we are and remind us why we're together. And it's like, hold on, babe, I'm just, yeah, I get your like spiel there. Yeah, lovey-dovey stuff, blah, 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 I love you and all this great, whatever. I'm just going to call my mommy and just make sure it's okay. Okay, she has to make sure. She's going to worry about me. Mommy is literally going to worry about me, and she's going to be concerned if I do something and didn't tell her. Okay? She has plans, okay? And I can't be giving my mother anxiety on the weekends. It's like, bad news, babe. Mom just nixed it. Mom nixed the plans, okay? She said she wants me to stay at home and FaceTime her all day. And you know what? She deserves it, because she's the smart one here, okay? If it wasn't for my mom, we would have gone out on that hike and something bad would have happened. We would have gotten killed by a bear. We would have gotten mauled by a pack of coyotes or a pack of wolves. It is inevitable. And you know what? Mom saved us. We should be thankful of my mom. And you know what? I think, babe, the money that I was going to spend on our date this weekend and doing something for us, I think it's only right if that goes to mom. I think it's only right if mom's just gets a little share in the pie, a little share in the love pie. Okay? Because mom, I wouldn't be here without her. Okay? She can still take me away. She always threatens that. She's, oh, if you get married, I'll take you out of this world just like I brought you into it. Oh, mom and her jokes. Oh, she's always joking about you. And oh, just coming into our house in the middle of night and just stealing me away and leaving you for dead. Oh no, like, oh, what a jokester she is. She's such a prankster, such a jokester. Oh, she is just one of a kind, isn't she? Just the most loving, kindest human being you could ever meet. Yeah. She's like, oh, what if I come along on your mountain hiking trip and then we, cut your girlfriend's Achilles and we just leave her out in the middle of the woods for dead. It's like, Mom, you are a hoot. This is why you're popular at the bowling hall, because she's just got great jokes, okay? She is just a delight, isn't she? Reply from Air Fryer Fun Time. A friend of mine was engaged to a guy like this, and it was literally insane. He would call his mom in another state to ask permission to go out. Well, that just seems, logical and respectful. We had a little get-together at my place, and after lunch, we all decided to go downtown to hit a bar. He had to call his mom for permission. Well, what did you expect him to do? Just walk into an establishment as a grown man with alcohol, beer, and wine, and liquor? And you're gonna not let your mom know? Like, you don't have to ask permission, but you gotta at least let her know, okay? Mom, I'm putting my big boy pants on, and I'm gonna go into a place where there's men and booze, okay? And I'm gonna have some of those bar peanuts, because I've seen them. I wouldn't personally, because I'm deathly allergic, but maybe this guy. She told him no, and because we didn't want to make him feel left out, we just decided to stay. Okay, fuck this guy. There's no way you guys just all collectively decided to stay in and just stoop to this guy. That's like the biggest regret you could have in a friend group. Like, I bet you're not even friends with him. She eventually broke up with him after his mom got mad at her for buying a new car and not asking her permission to use some of their shared savings as a down payment. No, that would have turned back on you so bad. She would have been like, well, you actually have to keep the car at my place. And you guys have to move back to the state because technically it's my vehicle. Because I paid for... No, that would have been one of the worst possible things you could have done. That definitely would have just made you a prisoner. Okay, that you're signing up for your own prison sentence if you did that. Next one comes from Emotional Potatoes. Extreme confidence. Sometimes it's just arrogance in disguise. This is definitely true. And a lot of times when you first meet people, sometimes it's subtle. And you first meet people and they're just like, okay, this guy seems like an interesting person, very confident, is trying to be a leader. And then you realize that their way of leading is just putting other people down. It's just like, yeah, so it's like literally if you're on a rec basketball team together. It's like yeah, so did you play basketball? Did you actually play? I guess, yeah, I played basketball in high school and stuff. I love basketball. I played it, recreationally for a long time still. It's like, oh, really? Yeah, wow. Because, you don't really look like it, though, do you? Yeah. No, yeah. It's just, you're not really making, smart basketball decisions, smart plays. Someone like me, just watch what I do. When we get out there, I'm gonna sit you, okay? I'm gonna sit you. It's for your own good, okay? You're not subbing back on. It's literally this is rec basketball. You're not subbing back on, okay? Just when we get out there, just watch me, watch what I do, okay? Just do that out there. It's so you want me to just ball hog, put up terrible shots, not pass the ball, listen to absolutely nobody. Never make a play for anyone else. Don't try on defense. And that's what you're asking me to do? It's man, you just got to play with a little bit more heart, dude. I just feel like your heart's not in it, man. Your heart is just you're kind of playing out there you don't really give a fuck. It's I mean, I care about this game for the next 30 minutes because I'm engaged in it and it's fun and I'm competitive, but I'm not taking this loss with me home. Okay, we're getting pumped by a team of guys who played college basketball. I just watched you get your lunch packed, okay, and sent on your way to school. and they held your hand on the way there. I just watched you with the crossing guard come out to cross you across the street and lead you politely into the school to sit down and tell you when you can eat your lunch. Okay, that is what I just watched happen to you. And you're telling me I lack confidence? This guy, definitely a bit of the arrogance there. It's like, oh yeah, you know, it just looks like you like just don't really know what you're like doing out there. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. I mean, I guess like different skill levels, right? Like you say you grew up in like, what did you say? Where did you say you grew up again? Like buttfuck nowhere? Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. You play like somebody from buttfuck nowhere. Okay, guys, just putting it out on the table there. This never happened. A version of this happened maybe with a different sport. Basketball, I hold my own. All right. I will challenge any one of you to a game of pickup basketball. All right. We'll hoop. No, I put my life out on the frickin' line out there. No, I'm just kidding. Look at me, just being so defensive. I'm just like, no, guys, I actually do like basketball. Maybe is this me? Am I this guy? I have to convince everybody that I'm like not washed. Trust me, guys, I'm not washed. I'm not washed. I still play. Reply from ex-trainer Red X. My ex's brother is in the Marines, so he was never back home very often. Anytime he was, it was like Jesus was home for them. They hinged on his every word. This is so funny. This is like the type of family that has like a portrait of like white Jesus, like the whitest Jesus you've ever seen, and like right next to it, and like Jesus is like walking all majestically, and his like long hair is like flowing. You know, his little goatee is like perfectly shaved and cut, just like the whitest dude you've ever seen. It's like absolutely chiseled jawline, jacked, robes clean, fully clean, golden crown across his head, golden headband on, just walking like he's about to seduce every woman who's ever stepped foot in the house. And it's like this photo is like right next to like a portrait of the brother doing the exact same walk, but it's like dark around him and he's like extra jacked and like huge bulging muscles with like an America flag bandana on, you know, and like a bulletproof vest, like a giant rifle hanging across his chest, and it's just behind him are just like explosions, and it's like dark, whereas the Jesus photo is light, but it's like they're supposed to be like two sides of the coin. It's like the reincarnation of Jesus. This is what I'm picturing at this house. They hinged on his every word. I never understood why or how they were all drinking the Kool-Aid. He would talk over everyone, and anytime you tried to join a conversation with him, he would compulsively disagree with what you're saying, almost like it was a sport. Contrarians piss me the fuck off. Like, genuinely, guys. Contrarians, it's just like, I will wait for them to say something, and then I will strategically say something that affirms what they're saying. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, yeah, well, the traffic in the city sucks because it wasn't designed to be this big of a city. And I'll be like, yeah, it's like you know, it causes so much congestion, you know, just the way that because it's designed like that. It's like, well, I wouldn't say congestion. I wouldn't call it congestion. It's like, I'm agreeing with you. I'm literally agreeing with you. There's like, I don't know, my brother in Christ, I'm literally agreeing with you. How is it not congested if there's so much traffic? What else would you call it? Like, I don't understand what's the other terminology we can use here? Okay, backed up. All right, is it fucking constipated? The traffic? Like, what do you like? Traffic equals congestion. I don't know. Like, how is this? What? There's nothing. There's no other terminology that we can use to describe this. Whenever I run into contrarians, it's just seriously just pisses me off. It is so hard to keep a cool and level head when talking to these people. Oh, I'm getting fired up. You guys can even tell that I'm thinking about it. I asked my ex why everyone seemed to act so strangely towards him, and she said, well, he knows how to command a room. What can I say? Okay, talking down and belittling people is not commanding a room, okay? It's losing the respect of the room. But literally, if anyone else behaved the same way as him, they would all easily be called a know-it-all douche. That kind of vibe has a distinct smell to it, and I'm so glad my instincts have never steered me in these moments. It's so crazy. It's also just like, where did you learn to be like this? Like, where did you learn to just disagree with everyone? Who in your life is like this? You didn't you didn't agree with your parents on anything? Like, how did you become like this? Next one comes from Autumn Leaved. Being low maintenance or just wanting to go with the flow can seem refreshing at first, but it will eventually mean more work for someone else. Decisions have to be made sometimes, and it's annoying when one person in the relationship has to make them because the other person has an whatever is fine attitude. This is actually major facts. And like there is something to be said about, it's fine, when you're growing up and you don't necessarily have to make decisions, that's fine. But there becomes a point in life where you need to start making your own decisions and you need to start having an opinion on things. It's like, like you're in a group of people and you're trying to decide what to do, and it's just you are as firm on this issue as a wet fucking noodle. Okay? I need some input here, okay? This is like, we need, right now, all we're getting is just useless output, okay? You are neither the cookie nor the cream, my friend. We need something. We need something of substance here. Can you just offer us anything at all? Even a conveyor belt to just push the line across. Summarize the options. But it's just, some people have just such a laissez-faire kind of attitude. I want to make sure I'm actually like using that term. Yeah, let it happen. Let it be, whatever. Hands off, anything goes kind of position. Laissez-faire kind of attitude towards things. And it's like, we actually kind of need you to put your foot down on this one. Okay? We actually need you to make a decision because you're the tiebreaker. Okay? Are we going to a concert? Are we going to a show? Or a concert? Are we going to a club? What are we doing? It's like, I don't even care. Guys, just decide amongst yourselves. It's like, we did! We literally decided amongst ourselves, and guess what we came to? An impasse! We need someone! We need something here. I can't imagine how frustrating this would be in a relationship, too, if there's just no decisions made. Like, it's just like, so, babe, like, what do you want to do? Like, do you want to drive back home, visit our parents this weekend? Or, I don't know, maybe you want to go the opposite way and fly out to, like Vancouver, and we can have like a nice weekend there and, hang out by the beach and discover the city and hang out by the water and maybe do some surfing. Whatever's fine. Whatever's fine. It's like, whatever's not really fine on this one. I actually kind of need your input. No, the worst thing, the worst thing is people with this kind of laissez-faire type of attitude, but then a decision is made that they did not participate in, had plenty of time to, but then they fucking complain about that. It's like, you don't get to have an opinion, okay? You're not allowed to have a say. It's like, I don't know, guys. This is really the spot? Like, it's like, we really wanted to go to a concert? It's like, I know somebody who didn't want to go to a concert. I know somebody who didn't want to choose anything. You don't get to say anything. You don't get to complain at all. It's like, well, whose freaking idea was this? Well, it wasn't fucking yours. None of them were. So you have no skin in this game, my brother. You don't get to not participate in the conversation and then also complain. You know what I mean? That's just like that has got to be like a cardinal sin. That's an unforgivable sin here. Like, the logic too of that is just like, what makes you think you have the right to complain? Okay? You offered as much input into this decision as like the piss that I just flushed down the toilet, okay? Literally, it went nowhere, okay? Like, this is absolutely offered nothing of substance to the conversation. Gosh, as you can tell, I'm on a bit of a rant day today. And I'm not calling out anybody specifically. And trust me, all my good friends, if any of you guys are listening, this is not directed at any one of you guys, okay? This is a bit of an exaggeration. About people that I have known. But none of my close friends, trust me, guys, you're fine. You're fine. I'm not talking about you guys. All right, let's see what next one we can read off here. Next one comes from Translator New 5969. Recent one for me. It was him having nearly all of the same interests, causes, values, and hobbies as I did. I thought it was meant to be. Turns out he was just mirroring me after going through all of my socials and old posts to find out what I was passionate about. To this day, I have no idea who this man actually is, and it's creeping me out. This is why you have to to test this, you have to shit test them. Like, you have to just call them out. Like in like a contradictory way. Like, you can be like, okay, babe, like this weekend, like, we're going to a protest. Okay? We're going to an injustice protest. All right, we're protesting against police brutality, which is a good cause, by the way. We're going to protest against the injustice of the system, because it treats people unfairly, inequitably. Okay, people do not get treated the same. And it's like, yeah, babe. Babe, that's like such a noble cause. Like, I can't believe you said that, because just like I was gonna ask you if you wanted to go to that, but I was just like, I didn't want to like push that on you, you know. I didn't want to like push my beliefs on you, so I was gonna go alone if you didn't like plan to say anything. It's like, all right, fine. Event passes, you know, you make some picket signs, you go do your thing, support the cause. The next weekend, Blue Lives Matter. Babe, I think I'm gonna go on the train of activism here. I think we should go to the Blue Lives Matter rally. I think we should just support the justice system, support the policing system in this country. It's like, babe, I was literally thinking the exact same thing. I can't believe you brought that up. I was literally about to write that in your alphabet cereal this morning. I was gonna like make like a cute little writing when I like poured your alphabet cereal. I was gonna be like support blue in the little letters in the cereal. It was gonna take me a while, but whatever for the cause, whatever we can do. Post that shit on my social media, people go fucking crazy. Yeah, people are gonna love that shit. I think it just is, you know, sometimes you gotta go big, support the corporations, support the giant institutions. I just think that's truly what equality is, babe. Is that you got to share the love. It's like that's how you know. That's how you know. It's okay. We're not going to contradictory protests, you know, in the same week. It's like you're not going to like a excuse me. Like you're not going to like a, you know, like a an anti-GMO protest, and then you're going to, you know, the support big crops, support big farming. You're not going to that protest, okay? But you're not going to be going to the anti-pharmaceutical protest, and then the next weekend you're hitting up the big pharmaceutical company gala, you know, the Met Gala, but for pharmaceuticals. The Met Gala, but for pharmaceutical companies that, you know, are charging people money for EpiPens. That's a personal one, okay, guys? That one hits deep. It's fucked up. I need this shit to stay alive as a preventative measure, and they make me pay for it. Next one comes from Delicious Pick. Wow, that could have gone very wrong. 6815. He seemed so devoted to me. Even my friend said so. He became my abuser when I left and my stalker. Beware of extreme devotion. Yeah, this sounds like, here we go. Devotion is good, obsession is not. Like, a friend of mine is so fixated with his significant other. She's just out with some friends. Chill, bro. You don't have to complain all evening about the way she dressed when she got... Dude, why is this person your friend? A friend of mine. You should not be friends with this person. Yeah, my friend was just, like, berating his girlfriend for, like, dressing, you know, like, in a dress and going out with her girlfriends. And, yeah, he was telling her that... Like, calling her all these names. And, you know, he was threatening her. And it was just like, dude, you gotta chill out, man. It's like, bro... What do you mean chill out? Dude, you need to unfriend this guy. This guy sounds like a psycho. This guy doesn't sound respectable in like any way at all. Like, why are you friends with him? Like, this guy should not be your friend. Yeah, he's, you know, just outside of just the crazy stalkerish, emotionally abusive behavior. He's a pretty chill guy. It's like, I don't think those things go together. I don't think you could be a stalker and emotionally abusive and then also be like a chill dude. Like, I don't think that those two things, I think those two things are mutually exclusive. Like, I'm claiming mutual exclusivity on those ones. It's just like, yeah, bro, I'll be right there. I'm just done. I just got off the phone with my stupid girlfriend, my dumb freaking girlfriend. But yeah, bro, I'll be right there. One sec, bro, before I take this pool shot, I gotta give my girlfriend a call and tell her she's a stupid asshole. Yeah, she's dumb, and then she'll never find anybody else better than me. It's like, okay, don't think that that's the hallmark of a you know, a very kind, compassionate, caring, loving person. Can't say that that's the pinnacle that we're looking at right there. All right, folks, we're gonna cap it off there for this week's episode. Thank you all so much for tuning into another episode of the Red Ass Podcast, the podcast where we read and react to comments from r/AskReddit. I am your host, Luke Dick. Please remember to leave us a rating and also leave us a review. Leave us a comment and vote in the Would You Rather. I love each and every single one of you. Peace out. Love you. Goodbye.